Hey guys. So I'm going to be honest with you. Um I'm so sorry. My Discord will not close and it won't stop running. Anyway, um I did not prepare for this episode because I couldn't. It was too traumatic. Um and I am shocked and so proud of myself for finding the energy to try to put makeup on, and I like cried half of it off already. Um So this is going on Cyborg Disco, um, on our second channel. I'm going to record a different version for our first channel that doesn't include all the ugly stuff, because you, people don't necessarily need to know that. It's not great. But I'll get right to it. I am stepping down from the Antler Queens. Um, I made the decision last week. The Antler Queens is not going anywhere. I am thrilled that Pamela is going to keep it going. She's not sure what she's doing with co-hosts yet, if she's just gonna like do rotating co-hosts like I did for a while, or if she's going to bring in somebody permanent. But if you're interested, get in touch with her. But I think more than anything, um, this person needs to be really good with social media because we both suck and hate it so much. We don't like it. I don't feel safe on it. Um and if the tide ever turns, which I really truly believe it will, one of my favorite quotes, and I reference it as often as I possibly can, is by Martin Luther King Jr. And that is, "The moral arc of the universe is long, but it bends toward justice." Um, People don't care about disabled people, but I I I truly believe that that will change eventually. And as soon as it feels safe for me to come back, then I'm definitely gonna come back. Um, don't expect, like, if we suddenly go into season 3 with, like, the most amazing, um, like, flowers and puppy dogs and rainbows following, I don't expect me to just jump right back in. It's not gonna happen. However, I will be here active in the chat and everything for the after shows, and, maybe I'll jump in on 1 or 2 or something. But, if it's safe enough, maybe toward the end of season 3 or something, but it's no, it's gonna have there's gonna have to be a period of me sitting back and observing, um, because, things got really, really terrible last week. Um, and basically, well, I have unfollowed everybody, um, that I was following because of Yellowjackets, last week. Um, there are toxic fandoms, and then there's the Yellowjackets fandom, which is just fucking sadistic. I'm sorry, that's the only way that I can describe it. And I've known for a while that something was up because I had such a great following, and, I always got a ton of engagement, on social media. And then sometime around May of last year, everything changed. I lost a third of my subs, about 500 or so. Um, I lost about 4 or 500 Instagram followers. Um, and Everyone stopped talking to me on Twitter. Everyone. It was like I was invisible, and it really hurt, and I didn't know what was happening, and I felt like I was going crazy. I really did. And so I knew that there had to be a reason, right? I mean, that's just something like that just doesn't happen without there being a reason. So, I figured like, okay, Yellowjackets Hive is saying stuff about me again. I don't know what they're doing. I mean, I already, they were already caught like sending random DMs to people who weren't even my co-host at the time, just people who followed me, telling them that I'm extremely manipulative and I made up all that ableist stuff that I posted the proof of. Um, and so, I messaged a couple of people that I've been really friendly with all along. And I'm like, hey, have you heard anything? I don't understand what's going on. Like, have you heard anybody say anything as to why people are like blocking me and unfollowing me in droves and blocking me? Like people who seem to really like me, straight up blocking me out of nowhere. And I would ask people, and they're like, no, I have no idea, but I'll let you know if I hear anything. Um, well, I found out last week that that was bullshit. Um, there was a string of me and other disabled people getting unfollowed the second we mentioned being disabled by Yellow Jackets fans. And I was so annoyed. I was so annoyed by it. And so I just posted like it was a stupid post. It was not sorry, I hate using that word. Um it was not meant to be taken seriously. It was just a like whatever kind of, upside down smiley face post. Um and I was like, "Man, what's with Yellow Jackets unfollowing disabled people again?" Um Fandom can be so mean sometimes. And one of the people that unfollowed me, that was not about anybody in particular. Okay, there were 2 people in particular that I had in mind because it pissed me the fuck off. Because it was straight up because they said they were disabled. Um, but this other person who had unfriended me that day, I didn't even have them in mind when I posted the tweet. It was a silly tweet anyway. I got dogpiled, um, telling me, not everything is about ableism. Maybe you're just not fun to follow. Um, and, this is inappropriate to post and blah, blah, blah. Like they didn't even know what I was talking about, first of all. Second of all, it is extremely inappropriate when somebody is going through constant harassment because of discrimination and nobody is sticking up for them and you're contributing to it. It is highly inappropriate to dogpile that person over something that ridiculous. Um, I mean, that's hateful. So anyway, whatever. I told them they were all being ridiculous and I stopped responding. Um, so then I saw a post that really, really upset me about how me posting about ableism was making the fandom unsafe for people. And didn't call me out specifically. Um, but it was and you know, bothering people who asked me not to contact them. Nobody has ever asked me to not contact them. Um, is not activism. And then they put in parentheses, this is not in regards to Palestine or any real world horrors that people need to see. I wish I could describe my rage over that post. Palestine is extremely serious. I mean, it's genocide, and we have people dying for supporting Palestine. Um, but one thing that N I don't think anybody knows is there's a disability genocide going on right now too all over the world. Um, and I don't think that just because there's something extremely urgent that needs everybody's attention, I don't think that that means that we have to stop posting about things that are important. Um, and in my case, I felt like I had to keep posting my story because nobody was coming to my defense, not a single person. Um, and so I put up an angry tweet and I said, ableism is a real horror. So please STFU. And I attached just some hate messages that I had gotten telling me to kill myself and um, they'll dance on my grave and whatever. Um, I didn't mention anybody by name. I didn't pick on anyone. Everything fucking exploded. Like, I'm just sitting there tweeting, living my life, being told, oh, and I had already been told to off myself already by that point. Um, and I'm still not, I'm still just trying to get on with my life. And suddenly, I'm being accused of inappropriately messaging minors. Um, I'm being accused of inappropriately messaging people who asked me to not message them. I'm being accused of calling someone a white supremacist and a Nazi and a racist and a transphobe um, because I put up a post of explaining how ableism is tied to white supremacy. Um, and I put a thing up about about the disabled people in the Holocaust. Um, Apparently, some people were Jewish and thought that I was posting that about them. I didn't know that these people were Jewish. I had no fucking clue. Like, everything is not I can't take it. This happens all the time with me. If I post something about ableism, a million people think it's about them, and it happens constantly, and it's ableist. It's completely ableist. Um, but anyway, so, the me inappropriately messaging minors accusation sort of just faded away with no apology. Um, but I was like, who am I who am I constantly sending messages to that doesn't want me messaging them? Um, I've been lied to and gaslit and manipulated for over a year now by people that I got friendly enough with to trust, to talk to about things. And I mean, just like random shit, but shit that I would not tell somebody that I didn't want getting out. And these are people that acted like they supported me so much and that they cared about me, like I cared about and supported them, and they were pretending the entire time. That really fucks a person up. Um, I also found out that basically a bunch of people accidentally let stuff slip to me last week. Um, this is how I'm finding all of this out. Um, Also, me constantly asking what the hell happened in May of 2023, and I learned that I couldn't unfortunately get any more info out of the source than this, but I was just told that people were telling each other um in this really large group chat that I need to be avoided and not to be trusted, to be stayed away from. Um, and there were accusations of me being a scammer while I was raising money for my surgery that I had last year. Um, I I had a feeling because I know how Melanie is. I just had a feeling because she manipulated everybody against me. But boy, one thing I need to update on that I was so wrong about in my last video was I always thought Emily was like maybe just clueless, and she was just she was ableist, but she's like just the minion that goes along with everything. Oh no. Oh no. She's she's completely evil as well. Um, but Melanie manipulated both Emily and Kelly against me. Um, Emily had no problem with me wearing sunglasses on the show. None. She in fact, she said she liked how they looked and, she gave me compliments and stuff. Um, Melanie manipulated Emily and Kelly, as well as others against me. Um, so I noticed some stuff going on social media, and I just got a hunch. And it appeared that she was using people um, to try to get the fandom to ice me out. And so I messaged somebody who I thought seemed like, a nice person and didn't say anything about, me me suspecting that they were being used, but just said, "Hey, please reconsider your support of this podcast because what they did was really bad." And I showed all the proof. And I was super nice in my message and super humble. Um, and they told me that, and basically they just started a bunch of threads about me. Um, I was accused of, asking my followers to contact this person's place of employment. First of all, I don't know where they work. Second of all, I would never do that. I'm extremely against that. Third of all, I can't even get followers to report, fake profiles impersonating me or to stick up for me. You think anybody that follows me is gonna do anything like that? No. Um, and and of course there's, there's the hive that I don't know this for sure, but I just from what I've heard, it sounds like they're trying to perpetuate the idea that I orchestrated this because I was encouraging people to contact cordcutting.com, which is not the same thing. Cordcutting.com is threatening my platform because cordcutting.com, Yellowjackets Hive is cordcutting.com in how it's operated in the harm that is being done to my platform. It's one and the same. Um, and that is absolutely appropriate. Would I contact um would I contact Melanie's union? No. Hell no. I would never do something like that. Or would I contact Emily's employer? No. That's ridiculous. I'm not going to do that. Um but the other situations run a little bit differently. I would not suggest people start messaging salon.com, but I have because I think that journalists have a responsibility with how they use their social media. Um, and so I think, because I'm telling people to contact cordcutting.com, they want to push this idea that like that I orchestrated this. I had nothing to do with this. I didn't know I had no idea that somebody had contacted this person's work. Um and I got a message threatening me. Um it was terrifying. Um I got another message from, somebody that I had trusted, just basically saying everything they possibly could to hurt my feelings. Um and on Friday, I was in my shrink's office, and I'm so grateful she took a chance. She really took a risk. Um, she made me sign a contract because I was fully ready to check out completely. My husband had to stay home from work and watch me. Um, the feeling was overwhelming. I did not want to live, not in the slightest. Um, she made me sign a contract that I would not unalive myself in exchange for, um, my husband staying home to watch me and getting an emergency prescription for lithium. Um, so basically, I've just been sleeping as much as possible because being awake is incredibly painful. Not painful physically, but just, um, like, I wake up and I'm scared because I if you ever I've never heard of an entire online fandom just gaslighting someone like that and icing them out. I mean, it's just it's unconscionable. Um, and unfortunately, because these people blocked me and they're still posting ableist things, they don't have me to learn from when they need me to learn from. Um, it's also really upsetting that I live on a fixed income and don't have money to get medical treatment, but people who were against me were participating in the giveaway and pretending to support me. Like, I could have sold that jacket and, use the money for medical treatment. But I have never been asked not by somebody not to message them. Um, the people that I said, like, completely betrayed me, one of them I had actually unfollowed a while ago, but, I mean, the last I looked at our message exchange, I unfollowed her because she started following the Hive. Um, and I looked at our last message exchanges, and they were about Melanie Linsky, and, like, I mean, we just talked about, like, we'd exchange theories every once in a while or something, um, and neither one of us messaged each other more than the other. And with the other one, with the second one, I think that person actually probably messaged me more than I messaged them. But they always pretended to be super supportive. Um, and like the third person, I just found out lied to me about a lot of stuff. Um, and it's like I'm just heartbroken. I can't trust anybody. Um, and people in this fandom are intensely ableist and don't have any interest in wanting to learn how to change that. Um, so I have to step down for that reason. Um, Please do not send police to my house. That is extremely dangerous. Um, I had police sent to my house 4 times last week. Um, men, armed men at my house while I was in the middle of a panic attack. Please don't do that. Don't do that. That gets that gets people killed. Um, I am staying with my other podcasts, but until I'm a little healed psychologically, um, I'm on a content vacation. I will not let it affect Book of Carol because I've been waiting for this way too much. I've been waiting for this way too long. So, e please, please stick around and for the Book of Carol coverage. I'll be here for that every episode. Um, but A-Hole Queens, obviously, A-Hole Queens was on hold for we took a 2-week vacation, and then I got COVID, so that was another 2 weeks. And now I'm on a mental health break. Um, so just trying to keep myself alive here, um, which means I can't put any pressure on myself whatsoever. Um, but Wild Marjoram, if you're watching this, I still owe you a Funko Pop. Um, and I have set up I have set up a where did it go? I did set up a fundraiser because I really need medical treatment. Um, I have a condition in my leg that in both of my legs that needs to be treated. Um, and it's also essential at this point that I obtain legal representation because I I I feel like suing is the only way that I'm going to get them to stop because there's a lot of stuff to be discovered. Um, And I don't think much is going to change until that stuff comes to light. Um, any nasty rumors you hear about me are untrue. You can ask me about them. Um, I save receipts like a mofo, as some of you know, and I'm actually one of the few people who can usually prove a negative. um, so if you hear something that you want to ask me about, please let me know. If you're somebody who, if you're one of, if you're a Yellowjackets fan on Twitter, then you probably have me blocked. And if you're watching this and you want to anonymously, I don't know, just anonymously give me info because you're starting to feel bad. Um, yeah, just use a burner or something to send me a message. I mean, people have done that before. That's how I found out that Melanie was telling people I stole credit card information. Someone used a burner to contact me. Um, but yeah, if you don't want to donate to the fundraiser, but you still want to support me, you can hit up my Cash App at Cyborg Queen. Um, you can support our Patreon at patreon.com/Cyborg Queen Media. And you can find me personally, Antler Queen Cal on Facebook, Instagram, and X. And of course, you can find Cyber Queen Media on all of the regular social media platforms. Um, there's still more shows coming up too, but I need to get a couple of things settled, and I need to kind of get my mental health in check because this did a number on me. And if you guys are watching who participated in this, like, it's not okay. Not okay at all. Um, I've never done anything to anybody, and for an entire fandom to gaslight me like this is it's beyond unacceptable. Um, and I am probably not gonna be very active in DMs anymore because of this, because I just can't trust anybody. Um, so anyway, that's it. I'm can't believe I, like, made it through that without crying a ton. Um, but yeah, anyway, one more thing I wanna add. If, I the person who was making threads about me said that I shouldn't be messaging people asking for help. I was desperate, and this was killing me, and I was messaging anybody that I thought could help in any way. Um, because I didn't know what to do. Don't I don't deserve this. Um, anyway, don't support Yellowjackets Hive. Please support the Antler Queens and Cyborg Queen Media. Um, and that's it. Later, guys.